Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video I wanted to talk about 5 attacks that I would like to see adjusted. First of all, allow me to wish you a happy new year. Obviously 2021 I hope will be better than 2020 was. It has been a rough year for all of us, but let us not talk about 2020. Finally we are past that now, and let's talk about the future. And in the future, in the February update, we are supposed to get Dan and a new balance changes, right? New balance batch and new changes. Typically, I don't like to talk about the buffs and nerfs aspect of each character because it is highly subjective and it is generally a subject that induces toxicity in the community. So I don't like to talk about it very much. But I figure that maybe if I explain it in a well-reasoned fashion, that I will be able to present my opinion on these attacks. Again, it's all opinions, it's all very subjective, right? So allow me to talk to you about the 5 attacks that I believe should get looked at. And the first one, in my opinion, is G's command grab. G's command grab is of course the deadliest command grab in the game because he get to combo off of it, right? He can do whatever he wants and then get a combo. And that is very, very risky, very dangerous. G's command grab is 12 frame startup, so it is a lot slower than the typical command grab. This is supposed to be the downside, right? But as we all know, the range is huge. So you see like where I'm command grabbing Rashid from. So the range is really big, but it is really, really slow. So what actually ends up happening is you are supposed to condition your opponent. So for example, I'm having Rashid here block everything. So I conditioned him to keep blocking, and then I'm gonna command grab him, which is fantastic. Now you have earned your command grab, it's totally fine. My issue with the command grab is the following situation. As you saw, Rashid tried to interrupt with his 3 frame. He knew I was gonna command grab him, but he still got command grabbed. Why did it happen? The reason that this happens is because G's hurt box doesn't move forward far enough. So what ends up happening is, yes, it is starting in 12 frame startup, but G is not there. And that is kind of the point. That is what makes this command grab possibly the deadliest command grab in the game. Because as you can see, it is with punishing his 3 frame attempt. And this is because again the hurt box doesn't move forward. This is not normal. If I try to do his wheel kick, as you can see, even during startup, I am getting counter hit. If I try to do the dash punch, I am getting counter hit. Typically, the character is vulnerable before he is allowed to hit his opponent. The hurt box extends significantly before the hit box is active. This doesn't happen with G's command grab, so what ends up happening is you will try to interrupt him, but you will fail and you get command grabbed anyway. So that is why people then will try to do something like this, try to jump, but they get hit anyways. So there is a lot to nerf about this command grab. You could go for the damage, you could go for the range. I honestly don't, I think this might need to get adjusted, but my biggest thing with G's command grab, if I am expecting that the command grab is coming and I challenged, I should be rewarded for my challenge. That is it. All I want for his command grab is to actually be earned. If you got me to block all of this, you have earned your command grab. But if I knew the command grab was coming, if I knew that and tried to interrupt, I should get the interruption. And now for our second move today, I wanted to talk about Guile's EX flash kick. And my biggest issue with this attack is how far it knocks back your opponent. Basically, if you eat an EX flash kick, you are flying across the screen to the other side. And this means that Guile get to do either a light punch sonic boom and then follow it, or even better, he can do a V skill 1 sonic boom. Even if he doesn't do anything, even if you just quick get up and Guile doesn't actually do anything, look at how much ground he gained. That, in my opinion, for a character such as Guile, who is primarily a zoning character, is really good. The main idea behind EX reversals in this game is to reset the neutral, and basically most of them, outside of very select characters, doesn't get advantageous situations out of the EX DBs. And for someone like Guile, him throwing you full screen like that is extremely advantageous. This is for me almost as good or even better than Ken getting Oki from his EX DB, right? Let us try to compare him with a very similar character like Sagat. Sagat is supposed to be a fireball zoner. When Sagat does his EX uppercut, you're about half screen away from him. So let's reset that again. If you noticed, we are about half screen away. We don't go flying full screen, and Sagat doesn't have a light punch sonic boom to throw and gain all of the ground. But Guile does, and that's why it is a big problem in my opinion. And of course, if you also notice this with Sagat, you will note that he doesn't actually get Oki out of this. So if I try to wake up with this debuff button, I will beat his meaty attempt. So in my opinion, Guile's EX flash kick, I would like it to put them at a distance where Guile doesn't get Oki, but at the same time they don't fly full screen. Maybe somewhere like here. Well, he doesn't get up like a dash up Oki, or he will be negative on the dash up. Either one of these, but I would like to see the advantage on Guile's EX flash kick be reduced a little bit. And now for my third attack, I wanted to talk about Chun-Li's EX Hakaratsu, or her EX Lex, as you know, it's commonly talked about as. And trust me on this, I am a Chun-Li player. I've been playing Chun-Li since day minus 100 even, because you can even look it up in the channel and you will see my very first Street Fighter V match, and I was rocking Chun-Li. So this is a character that I have been playing from the very beginning. But this attack is far too good in my opinion. The first thing is, of course, it's 5 frame startup. I don't want them to change that. The range is really nice. Chun-Li gets really good knockdown, because you get to throw your opponent after or go for a meaty. It is V-Trigger cancelable, so you can get whatever you want. If you have V-Trigger 2 on, you can even get some really cool combos out of it. You can get something like that into a ton of damage, which is really nice. It also punishes a lot of attacks on block because it's really fast, so if Ken is doing something like this, you get a good punish. You can even use it to whiff punish, as you can see, and then get amazing rewards. So this is all around really good. My biggest issue with this is that for how good it is, this is only -2 on block. -2 on block means that it's completely safe. The only two things in the games that can punish you are Zangief's Super and Akuma's and Kage's Raging Demons. So you are effectively safe. A move that does all of this and is safe on block and is not even a charge attack, I think this move is far too good in my honest opinion, and I am a Chun-Li player, right? I think she needed it when she didn't have this, because Chun-Li was not able to shimmy her opponent well, because she, to get decent damage, Chun-Li had to be crouching and do a spinning bird kick combos. But since she has this now for the neutral and for shimmies, I think it's time for EX Legs to be a little bit punishable. I would like to see EX Legs becoming maybe -5, maybe -6. Like, your opponent should be able to get a punish on it. I think for how much it does, how good it is, and how useful it is, big -2 is far too much. And now for the attack that landed the 4th spot is Poison's EX Overhead. It is the EX Love Me Tender. And again, another one of my characters. It's as if I only play sheep characters. But like, Poison's EX Overhead, I think it does a lot. This is an attack that have Fireball invincibility. So for example, if Nash is throwing Fireball at us, it will go straight through Fireballs. So that is really good. That makes it really useful on block strings. So for example, if Nash is doing a block string like that, you can just go through it, which is really strong. It is an overhead, of course, so your opponent have to stand guard it, which makes it really dangerous. And the reason that this is very good is because of the crouching heavy and the EX low heart rate. These two laws are very strong, and if you combine them with an overhead like that, it is really, really deadly. The attack itself is really fast, which makes it a really strong online gimmick, especially online, I would say. Offline, you can kinda react to it, but online, it is a very strong gimmick, and I know for a fact this is carrying a lot of poison players, right? So it is something that I would like to see adjusted, and mainly I think they should keep it as it is, but it is only -4, so I would like to see it being -7, -8 to bring it on par with the other overheads in the game. And now, of course, we all knew it was coming. It is the Sis Instant Air Axe Kick, and it wouldn't be a top 5 attack that needs to be adjusted if this attack wasn't on the list. Of course it is. When Sis first came out, I used to really like the character. For a while, I thought the character was really cool, and I still think Sis is a cool design. There's a lot going here. There's a lot of creativity in terms of combos. The character is really, really fun. But I feel like as the season went on and as we played more and more, Sis became the instant axe kick machine. This is all you see all the time now. Like, this attack have completely overtaken the character, and for good reason, because this attack is completely busted. First of all, it is -2 on block or -1. The range is gonna depend on how it hits, but if they are standing, typically Sis is gonna be -2. If they are crouching, Sis is gonna be plus. And right out of the gate, this is incredible because if you are close to your opponent, of course Sis have a really good throw as well. So if you're close to your opponent, you can just shimmy with this. And if they're crouch blocking, you're gonna get plus, you're gonna get combos, or you can just throw them. The opponent is gonna be crouching anyways because his crouching medium kick is mad good. Look at how far this reaches. So they're gonna be crouching anyways, and this enables us to just keep bullying with the instant air axe kick. You can even use it as a neutral tool, because let's say from a range like that, Ryu tried to poke back with a standing medium punch. He tried to take back his turn, and he get whiff punished. If, God forbid, you happen to jump for some reason, it's an excellent air to air. It beats almost everything. And if this is in V-trigger, you are gonna eat so much damage because of this. As you can see, this is like 400 plus damage out of an air-to-air, exchange with an air dive kick style move, which is completely crazy. So how can Capcom deal with this attack? In my opinion, there are multiple ways that they can go with this. Obviously, the best part about it is if your opponent is crouching and you happen to hit it like that, Sis gets full combos here. So Sis gets an actual bread and butter combo even without counter hit. Let's remove counter hit. So even without counter hit, here Sis will get a full combo. The character already had crazy corner carry and everything, so it all complements each other really, really well. What I will do here is I would reduce the forward hitbox, so this couldn't be used in the neutral like that. I would keep it to a strictly shimmy tool, so this could only be used here. But from like half screen, I don't think he should be able to tag you with this from half screen. Like, this shouldn't work. This just shouldn't work. Shouldn't be his main neutral tool. That's just my opinion. So I would keep it to a shimmy only, and I would keep it to a strict always -2 situation. Make it like Chun-Li's air legs where it's always -2 and he can't be plus out of it because that would be far too good. And for the most part, otherwise you can keep it. You can keep him getting the combo on hit because it's really, really fun. It is one of the bigger aspects of the character. It is why many people find this character fun, and I don't want him to take away the fun from them, or I don't want them to take away the fun from him. But I wish the assist circus with the axe kick would at least just stop for a little bit. And that's basically it for today's video. I wanted to talk about moves by themselves and not the overall character because this would lead to like a whole other conversations. But these are the 5 attacks that I believe are far too good in Street Fighter V at the moment. Of course, there are other honorable mentions or dishonorable mentions in this case. Colleen standing heavy punch. I could talk about other attacks that I think are far too good. Urian's EX knee. There are a bunch of others, but you know, that's it for today's video. I think 5 is enough. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you have some things that you think is far too good, let's discuss it down below in the comments. Again, thank you very much for watching and stay safe.